Hello, everybody. I'm back after a long hiatus. Got my hair done, so I should look good. My breath's terrible. I need some Big Red. I said Big Red, not Big Rex. Make that 2 sticks. He needs some too. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. We're back, and for a change, we're going to switch to recovering Kingdom toys this month, instead of doing our usual Pretender month. And we're going to kick this off with one of the rare special edition figures. This is the Maximal T-Rex. Now, T-Rex here is a Target exclusive. He was originally only available to be purchased with the Target Red card. But later on, he did become available in the stores, as that's how I was able to obtain this one, as he was actually found by chance by my brother, who happened to find that there was about 5 of them in the store at that day when he bought this. Then it turns out later on they did sell out very quickly, as a friend of his did try to get one, only to end up in fisticuffs with another customer who wanted to steal it from her. So that kind of shows there are a lot of jerks out there. Somebody would actually strike a lady to get a plastic toy. Come on, people. Now, we're going to go ahead and cover the obvious elephant in the room. For those of you who have been following the channel, or the Kingdom toys in general, you already can tell that T-Rex is a repaint of Beast-era Megatron. They are exactly the same toy, from the tops of their heads all the way down to their scaly feet. There is nothing different about T-Rex from Megatron, except for a couple of minor details. One, T-Rex being an exclusive figure, he doesn't come with one of the collector cards. Which, from the way I've read, that's the case with all the exclusives. All the exclusives will not have the collector cards, which, that's okay. But number 2 is T-Rex here retailed for $53.99 at the store. $53.99. Whereas Megatron retailed at the store for $49.99. So Hasbro and Target are demanding that I pay $4 more for a figure that's just a straight repaint. I'm sure many of you are out there scratching your heads about that, or swearing at the screen. Now, originally, according to the Transformer Wikia, the head for T-Rex was originally intended to be something different than what was released at retail. Because there apparently was at least one sample released that had the head in a different form, but they instead just went with the same head that's on Megatron and just repainted it. So, how cheap is that? Alright, since T-Rex here does not come with any extra accessories, let's take a look at his articulation real quick. It will be the same as Megatron's, but for those of you who haven't seen that video, His head can be turned from side to side. It does look up and down just a little. His arms can be raised up to the side, about so far. And they do rotate at the shoulder. You will have to move the arms slightly outwards to avoid catching on the dinosaur parts on the back. His arm does bend at the elbow 90 degrees. And the left arm, at least, does have a swivel at the bicep. The right arm, of course, since it has the dinosaur head, it also has a swivel at the bicep, but it also has an opening mouth, because it does have a cannon inside, and some of the spark pieces can be attached to it. He can twist here at his hips. You can spread his legs apart into nearly a full splits. His legs do turn at the knee. You can raise his leg at the hip a little bit bigger than 90 degrees. And he can bend at the knee 90 degrees. Plus he also has articulation at the ankle. So, at least for a toy of his size, he does have very good articulation. Now, to transform T-Rex, he goes exactly the same way that beast Megatron does. Again, for the benefit of those who didn't see that video, we start by taking this flap here against the tail, and you will fold that up against the left arm. We rotate the tail so the end is pointing in that direction. And then we got two side flaps to fold down and attach to the arm to completely form the tail. And then there we go. Then we come over here to the right arm. You'll rotate the dinosaur head so it's upside down, and then fold it upwards to the side. And now we're going to separate the torso. Now this is one improvement over Megatron. This came separate very easily, unlike on Megatron, which many of us have fought with. We'll fold the robot head into the chest, like so. Then we're going to position the chest where we can rotate it, like so, and tip it, so that way it has the dinosaur parts outwards, like this. And the tail's upside down, but we'll worry about it later. Now here, on the sides, we're going to open up the dinosaur chest a little bit. Rotate out the little T-Rex arms. Adjust this flap here behind the dinosaur head. And we got to fold out these other flaps. Kind of lock them into place, because they do retract pretty quickly. And then these side panels fold down and connect together to hide the robot chest. And then of course we can adjust the dinosaur head so that it's up against things and out of our way. And now, shift the tail out of the way here so we can see. You come down here to the hip piece, you're going to separate it where it's connected. Excuse me a second, they're stiff. Okay, once we get the hip piece separated, and get everybody reattached so he quits falling apart on me, you're going to fold the legs out to the side fully. So that they fold out totally like that. Then you can bend the blue portion, just the blue portion, at a 90-degree angle. Like that. Then the leg piece just snaps in down there at the bottom. Then we can straighten out the dinosaur legs for a moment. This piece here at the sides, you just pull it straight out, rotate it downwards, and then press it back in. Then when that's in position, we can take this last top piece and fold it backward. And it should help hold the legs in place. Rotate the dinosaur tail so it's facing the right way. And then these covers on top, you just rotate them and fold them down. Try to line them up with the legs. Whoop. And then, there you have it. T-Rex, the big red dinosaur. Sorry, I couldn't help myself with it. Especially when you consider the fact that we also have him looking like Megatron, who is a big purple dinosaur. But we're not going to talk about that other purple dinosaur. You're welcome to all of you out there watching. And of course, getting everything to line up perfectly is a bit of a chore. Mainly that hip section doesn't want to connect very well. But all in all, you kind of get the general idea with him. And of course, articulation-wise, you can manipulate the head up and down. And of course, the mouth does open, so we can simulate a T-Rex roar. The little dinosaur arms do swivel out from side to side, and they do rotate all the way around. And of course, you do have full articulation of the legs without the covers, though. But you can still bend his legs at the knee. And you do have ankle articulation. And you can sweep the tail from side to side. So all in all, the toy is rather impressive in its posability. But now we get down to my thoughts with it. What do I think of T-Rex? Well, if I was a fan of the Beast Wars era, which I'll admit, being a G1 raised child, I never got into Beast Wars. So I really can't form an opinion on whether or not I would have liked him in the original series. What little information I can garner on him from the wiki page doesn't really give me enough to state whether or not I would have really liked this character. Granted, since there was only one previous version of this toy ever made, it is nice to see him being brought back into the fold again. However, since he's an exclusive figure, and we're basically getting cheated of our hard-earned money for him, it's kind of tough to really say if he's worth it. Now, if you're a Beast Wars fan and you didn't get the original T-Rex, then I would say go for this one. The figure itself isn't all that bad. In fact, it's a little bit more improved over Megatron, or at least mine is, in the fact that I didn't have to fight with the torso to get it separated. But, however, if you weren't a fan of the Beast era, or you don't really have any idea who this character is, you're probably better off just passing up on him, because if all Hasbro did was change the paint job, you could probably buy a Megatron cheap and get a customizer to do it for you. At any rate, that's my review of the Maximal T-Rex. I hope you all enjoyed it. Don't forget, folks, that I'd like any of you out there to like, share, comment, and subscribe here to my videos. That does help the channel grow, and I do truly appreciate getting the feedback from all of you. Except those of you that are leaving the nasty feedback that we've been blocking a lot lately. Please quit sharing links to adult sites, people. That is not going to get you anywhere. And just a reminder to all my viewers out there, you are awesome, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.